Recently, Princess Anne opened up about some important things from Queen Elizabeth's time on the throne that most people didn't know before. This has really stirred things up in the media and caused quite a bit of drama within the royal family, especially for Queen Consort Camilla. Why is Camilla feeling all this pressure? What did Princess Anne reveal that got her so unsettled? It's worth finding out. In a recent interview, Princess Anne, who is known for being straightforward and dedicated to her royal responsibilities, talked openly about Queen Elizabeth's thoughts on different topics. She shared the Queen's ideas on updating the monarchy and some of her personal challenges with royal duties. These insights touch on important parts of the Queen's life that had been kept secret until now. Now let's shift gears and talk about the recent Balmoral summit. This gathering, held at the Queen's Scottish home, has been filled with serious talks and rising tensions among the British royals, especially around some bold plans suggested by Prince William. Usually, Balmoral is a place for the family to unwind and discuss matters, but this time felt different. Sources say Queen Camilla wasn't happy with how some decisions were shaping out. The worries came from new ideas about how the royal family should be organized and work moving forward, which some felt could shake up the way things are currently done. Prince William's big plan called for rethinking the family's finances and bringing in new working royals to help out. The financial shakeup aims to make managing royal money a bit more modern. The goal here is to tackle both the money issues the monarchy has faced in the past and today. This means looking at how finances work, rethinking how they get funding, and possibly shifting resources around to make everything run better and clearer. Prince William is all about being proactive, especially since the monarchy often gets a lot of questions about its money situation. He realizes that as the older royals get on in years, and there aren't many active members, it's important to bring in younger family members to take on more official roles. By doing this, the idea is to refresh the royal family's image and ensure there are enough active royals to handle various ceremonial duties. This is seen as crucial for keeping the monarchy alive and well, especially as older members step back from public events. At a recent summit, things got pretty tense, especially between Prince William and Queen Camilla. It seems like Queen Camilla is worried about how these changes could mess with the traditions and roles that family members currently have. Her concerns show a larger worry about keeping the monarchy's history intact while also changing with the times. This situation brings up a big conversation within the royal family about finding a balance between sticking to traditions and embracing new ideas. Prince William's plans are designed to tackle modern challenges and keep the monarchy relevant, but they also represent a big shift from the usual ways of doing things, which some, like Queen Camilla, might find too disruptive. If they go ahead with these financial and structural changes, the royal family could end up looking and working in a more modern way. This might mean changing how money is divided, how public duties are assigned, and how new members take on royal jobs. The debate around these ideas will likely affect how the public views the royal family. Making sure these changes are handled well will be key to keeping public support and ensuring the monarchy stays relevant in today's world. What do you think will happen next? The drama at the recent summit highlights the different viewpoints within the royal family. How they deal with these disagreements could shape the future of the monarchy. Back in July 2023, something interesting happened regarding the British royal family's estates, which the Telegraph reported on. Prince William decided not to bring back Annabel Elliot, Queen Camilla's sister, who had been helping with design work for royal properties, including those under the Duchy of Cornwall. Annabel is a respected interior designer and has worked on various royal homes for years, helping maintain the look and feel that's important to the royal family's public image. The Duchy of Cornwall is a big deal for Prince William. It includes lots of land and properties that need careful management and design to keep their charm and history. His choice to not rehire Annabel marks a big change in how these estates will be managed. It affects not just the usual day-to-day stuff, but also the family's relationships and royal responsibilities. You have to wonder why he would make such a move, right? William seems to want to put his own spin on things as he takes on more responsibility. Bringing in new design talent might be his way of shaking things up, making the management of these estates fresher and more efficient. It fits into his bigger plan to modernize the royal family and its duties. By changing how the estates are run, Prince William is showing he wants to bring the monarchy into the present and make it more relevant. But not everyone is on board with these changes. Queen Camilla is not happy about her sister being left out. What could be behind her strong feelings? Camilla has some personal and strategic worries happening right now. She really wants to keep her family involved with the royal family. Her sister, Annabelle Elliot, has been with the royal team for a long time, helping out a lot with managing their estates. So when Annabelle got removed from the payroll, it didn't just hurt professionally, it felt like a personal slight to Camilla, who was trying to support her family within the monarchy. For Camilla, this decision feels like a threat to all the history and personal ties that have been part of the royal family for ages. She sees getting rid of her family members as a slap in the face, especially considering how much they've contributed over the years. It's hard for her when it looks like the financial cuts are targeting her family instead of looking for a fair way to reduce costs. There's also the plan to pass on royal duties to the younger members, led by Prince William, which adds to Camilla's concerns. While this new generation is trying to modernize things and bring a fresh vision to the monarchy, it also means shifting away from the established roles of people like Camilla and her relatives. This change is part of a larger trend to downsize the older members' roles for a more efficient royal presence. So what does this all mean for the royal family? Camilla's resistance to these shifts creates some tension, especially with Prince William, which brings up questions about who holds power and influence. This kind of conflict could disrupt the unity of the family, possibly leading to more arguments down the line. Plus, everything going on might change how the public sees the royal family. While most people support modernization and being more efficient, they might not like the idea that the changes are made at the expense of family members who have been involved for so long. What could that mean for how people view their tradition? The worries about longtime family members might make people feel sorry for Camilla and her family. This could change how the public sees the royal family and how they react to its efforts to change. Camilla's concerns might make people rethink the plans for updating the family structure. They'll need to find a way to listen to her while still trying to modernize, which could lead to new strategies that balance money matters with keeping family traditions and respect for history. How will these disagreements shape future choices about what roles and duties family members have? If they take Camilla's worries seriously, it could lead to a more thoughtful way of updating things that blends both modern ideas and family heritage. But if they can't work through their differences, it could create bigger divides and make it hard to make any changes stick. The tension in the royal family got worse because Queen Camilla has held on to her doubts about Princess Catherine and whether she's fit to be queen. Reports say Camilla has long had concerns about Catherine's abilities and whether she can handle the queen role. Some say Camilla has even criticized Catherine, suggesting she doesn't have what it takes to meet the demands and expectations of a queen. This seems to come from a mix of personal feelings and traditional views on what royal duties should look like. It's kind of ironic that Camilla is skeptical of Catherine, especially since she herself faced big challenges in proving she was a suitable partner for Prince Charles. In the past, many questioned if Camilla was right to become Queen Consort, partly because of her past with Charles and how she was seen publicly. The underlying tensions really came to light during King Charles's coronation. On May 6, 2023, something happened at Westminster Abbey that caught a lot of attention. As Charles and Camilla were leaving, Princess Catherine didn't curtsy to Camilla, which was a big deal. This break from royal customs was widely seen as a clear signal of rejection. It's interesting to see how the royal family usually sticks to traditions, like curtsying to show respect. But when Catherine skipped the curtsy, many thought it meant there was some serious tension between her and Camilla. This move didn't just grab headlines, it highlighted the growing divide between the two women. People have been buzzing about the friction between Camilla and Catherine, which just adds fuel to the fire about what's going on behind closed doors in the royal family. And let's be honest, when the media gets involved, it can make any issues worse, putting even more pressure on the royal family to keep up appearances and stay united. Things got even more complicated when Princess Anne stepped in. She reminded everyone about Queen Elizabeth's hopes for the monarchy's future, especially concerning Catherine's role as a potential future queen when William becomes king. Anne made it clear that this wasn't just her opinion, but reflected what the late queen really wanted for the family. When Camilla heard about Queen Elizabeth's wishes, she was reportedly shocked and felt deeply betrayed. Even though she has done so much for the royal family, this moment showed how personal things can get in royal circles. Camilla had put a lot into her role, supporting King Charles and managing royal duties, so you can see why she felt that way. When Queen Elizabeth shared her hopes for Catherine's role in the future, it put Camilla in a tough spot and made her feel overlooked after all her hard work. Camilla's feelings of betrayal grew when she realized that people seemed to favor Catherine over her in the royal lineup. During a gathering at Sandringham House on Accession Day, the Queen made some important statements about how she wanted the royal family to back Charles and Camilla. She expressed her hope that the country would support them, just like it supported her during her time as Queen. It was a big moment since it was her first public appearance in 3 months, showing her determination to ensure the monarchy transitioned smoothly. Her message was really about coming together and sticking by the new king and his wife, even with all the family drama going on. Queen Elizabeth wanted to stress how crucial it was for everyone to support and respect the reigning monarch and his partner. In a letter celebrating her Platinum Jubilee, she genuinely encouraged Camilla to keep serving as Queen Consort. This letter, marking her 70 years on the throne, showed how much the Queen valued Camilla's role and wanted her to carry on with her duties. But it's interesting to see how this supportive vibe clashed with Princess Anne's comments, which hinted at the complicated relationships within the royal family. While Elizabeth's letter was all about backing Camilla, it became clear that not everyone felt the same way. The letter aimed to provide a sense of reassurance, but also brought attention to the ongoing struggles of balancing personal feelings with royal duties. When people think about Princess Catherine or Kate Middleton, they often see her as a more favorable figure compared to Queen Camilla, especially because of her public appearances and charity work. What does this all mean for the dynamics within the royal family? Since marrying Prince William, Princess Catherine has jumped into a lot of royal duties and made quite a name for herself. She's become a well-known face in the royal family, taking part in many events both in the UK and overseas. Have you ever wondered why these trips matter? They're really important for building good relationships with other countries and showing how the monarchy plays a role in world affairs. When Catherine travels, it highlights her part in connecting with others and promoting British interests around the globe. Catherine also plays a key role in supporting the British monarch. Being at state events and public gatherings helps keep royal traditions alive, making sure the monarchy stays relevant and connected to the public. A big part of her work involves charity. Through the Royal Foundation, she's jumped into projects that really impact people's lives, focusing on early childhood care, addiction, and the arts. It's clear she cares about making a difference in society and tackling important issues with targeted efforts. One of her main focuses has been on early childhood development, which is a huge part of her charitable work. She supports over 20 charities and military organizations, showing just how committed she is to various causes. Some of her key projects include the Anna Freud Center, which helps children and families with mental health support, and Action for Children, a charity for vulnerable kids and families in the UK. One standout initiative is the Heads Together campaign that she started with Prince William and Prince Harry. Launched in April 2016, this campaign aims to get people talking about mental health more openly. It works to break down the barriers and stigma around mental health issues. So what do you think about how Catherine is using her platform to make a positive change? The campaign is all about highlighting how crucial mental health is and offering help to those dealing with mental health issues. It's been getting a lot of attention and support, which is helping society take mental health more seriously. Heads Together plays a big role in raising awareness and creating a friendlier atmosphere for those struggling with these challenges. Princess Catherine is viewed positively by many because she's actively involved in royal duties and charity work. People appreciate her warm personality and her passion for important causes, making her relatable. Her participation in various charity events and her public support for key issues help build her image as a caring and dedicated member of the royal family. When people compare her to Queen Camilla, Catherine usually gets the better end of the stick, thanks to her broad charitable efforts and active support of the monarchy. Although Camilla has done her part too, Catherine stands out more because of her involvement in high-profile projects and the positive way she engages with the public. Throughout her time in the spotlight, Princess Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, has had a tricky relationship with the media. She's worked hard to keep her private life private while handling the public's curiosity and setting fashion trends. Being part of the royal family means she's always under the media's watchful eye, sometimes even in her personal matters. Still, she tries her best to protect her family's privacy. With her high-profile life comes a lot of media attention. People are glued to everything she does, from her style choices to family moments, highlighting just how much interest there is in her role. This media focus is both a result of her royal status and a sign of the general fascination with the royal family. What do you think will happen next in her journey with the media? Catherine works hard to handle all the attention and keep her family's private life safe. Together with Prince William, they make sure to protect their kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis, from too much public eye. They do this by being thoughtful about when they appear in public and trying to keep family time away from the media. Catherine has also faced some legal trouble over privacy issues, like when personal photos of hers were published without permission. These situations show the ongoing struggle of wanting to keep things personal while dealing with the constant media coverage that comes with being in the spotlight. But Catherine isn't just about privacy. She also has a big influence on fashion and how people see her. You've probably heard of the Kate Middleton effect. That's when her fashion choices inspire trends and affect what people buy. Her style always grabs a lot of attention and admiration. She mixes high-end fashion with more affordable brands, which really makes a mark on what's popular. Items she wears often sell out fast, and fashion fans around the world keep a close eye on what she chooses to wear. This effect is noticed on both sides of the Atlantic, with shops experiencing a boost in sales for items she sports or promotes. Her fashion influence goes beyond just clothes to accessories and even hairstyles, proving that she's a real fashion icon. Time and again, people acknowledge her impact, and even institutions have recognized her contributions. For 3 consecutive years in 2011, 2012, and 2013, Time magazine named her one of the most influential people in the world. This kind of recognition highlights how much of an impact she has, not just in the UK, but globally too. It shows how her influence goes beyond royal duties to shape public attitudes and trends. Plus, her work in charity, public events, and her fashion choices all add to her role in making a difference in society. What more do you think she'll accomplish next? Princess Catherine uses her platform to back various causes, boosting her image and influence. Her rise as a well-respected future queen has a lot to do with her relationship with Queen Elizabeth. Have you ever thought about how their connection shapes how people see Catherine as a potential queen? Queen Elizabeth has really helped Catherine grow beyond just her royal duties. The Queen's quiet but meaningful support has been key in teaching Catherine about royal responsibilities and what it means to be a true royal figure. You might wonder how that mentorship works. Well, it wasn't about strict lessons, but rather about learning through example. By watching the Queen's actions and how she handles herself, Catherine picked up how to deal with public scrutiny, carry out her royal duties, and engage in charity work like a pro. The Queen even shared personal tips on navigating royal life. She helped Catherine get a handle on royal protocols, the need for privacy, and how to balance showing up in public while staying true to herself. Thanks to the Queen's advice, Catherine learned to manage her royal obligations with care. Living close by at Kensington Palace meant Catherine and the Queen had plenty of chances to see each other. This proximity helped them strengthen their bond, which was vital for Catherine's preparation for her future role as Queen. They'd often meet in cozy settings like afternoon teas, giving Catherine a relaxed space to soak in the Queen's wisdom and experiences. These casual get-togethers helped build a solid, trusting relationship. Over time, their connection deepened, with Catherine really appreciating the Queen's support and advice. Their relationship was filled with genuine affection and respect, making it even more special. What do you think their bond means for Catherine's future? Catherine really feels confident in her place in the royal family. The Queen noticed all the hard work and dedication Catherine put in, giving her some great honors. These recognitions showed not just Catherine's importance, but also how much the Queen valued her commitment. In 2019, the Queen made Catherine a Dame Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, which is a pretty big deal. It was a way to show how dedicated Catherine is to her royal duties and how much she contributes to the family. This also showed just how much the Queen appreciated everything Catherine has done. But it wasn't just the formal awards that mattered. The Queen also had little moments and gestures that meant a lot to Catherine. These small acts really showed the Queen's genuine respect and fondness for her, strengthening their relationship. There were some personal moments between them that really highlighted how close they had become. One sweet memory was Catherine's first Christmas at Sandringham, where she gifted the Queen some homemade chutney. This simple gift really showed her thoughtfulness and her effort to fit into royal customs. Catherine learned a lot about royal traditions from the Queen. The Queen's focus on keeping these traditions alive helped Catherine see how important they are in preserving the monarchy's history. Both the Queen and Catherine share a love for photography. The Queen got her first camera as a child, and Catherine loves to take photos as a passionate amateur. During the lockdown, Catherine stepped up to lead the National Portrait Gallery's Hold Still program, where she invited people to share their portraits, creating a unique snapshot of life in the UK during that tough time. Both Queen Elizabeth and Princess Catherine have played important roles in bringing comfort and support to people during difficult times. Their efforts show just how significant they are in the monarchy and how deeply connected they are to the moments they live through. What else might we discover about their journey together? During tough times, certain royal figures have really stepped up to lift the nation's spirits. Queen Elizabeth, who was Princess Elizabeth back during World War II, played a big part in comforting the British public when life was really hard. People still remember how dedicated and tough she was back then. As a young princess, she did her part to help, making public appearances and giving speeches. One of her most famous moments was when she spoke to the nation in October 1940, while London was under attack. In her message, she reached out to kids who were away from their families and showed support for everyone facing the struggles of the war. On top of that, she didn't just talk the talk, she joined the Auxiliary Territorial Service and learned to drive and fix vehicles. This wasn't just about doing her duty, it also showed her resilience and brought people together. Throughout the war, her presence helped keep everyone grounded and united, reminding them of their strength and spirit. Fast forward to now, and we see Princess Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, stepping into a similar role during the COVID-19 pandemic. She's been all about lifting spirits and helping those in need. Catherine focused a lot on supporting healthcare workers and frontline staff during this tough time. She made visits to hospitals, chatting with doctors and nurses to thank them and cheer them on. Her visits aimed to boost their morale and recognize the hard work they were doing in such tough situations. But she didn't stop there. Catherine also got involved in different charitable efforts that tackled the pandemic's effects on mental health, family life, and education. Her work with organizations like Place to Be really made a difference in helping people get through the challenges brought on by the virus. The Royal Foundation really stepped up during this time. Catherine worked hard to connect with people during the pandemic, showing that she cared and wanted to bring some hope. Whether it was through virtual meetings or messages, she showed her commitment and empathy for everyone dealing with the tough situation. People have noticed the nice relationship between Queen Elizabeth and Catherine, and it seems to help folks feel good about Catherine's future as queen. Their bond feels like a sign of stability for the royal family. Catherine has stayed dedicated to her royal duties while also keeping that personal touch with the public, which many people appreciate. When everyone heard about Catherine's future role as queen, the response was mostly positive. Her friendly nature and modern outlook, along with her respect for royal traditions, have really resonated with the public. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the next video on your screen. Next video on your screen. Next video on your screen. Next video.